In many Western countries, people begin losing independence earlier than they expect. After the mid-60s, daily life often becomes more complicated with greater reliance on medication, medical procedures, and outside help. Yet in Japan, many older adults remain active, mentally sharp, and physically capable well into very advanced age. This contrast raises an important question. What supports long-term strength and independence? The answer is not extreme fitness programs or expensive solutions. It is consistent daily movement that supports the body instead of stressing it. For decades, simple routines have been practiced across generations in Japan, from children to seniors. These movements are gentle, repeatable, and focused on balance, posture, and coordination. They do not promise miracles. They support function. In this video, we will examine how these habits work and why they help people age with greater stability, confidence, and control over their daily lives. Many people believe that aging well requires constant effort, expensive programs, or extreme discipline. The reality is far quieter. In Japan, many older adults stay mobile not because they train harder, but because movement is built into daily life in simple ways. These movements are not designed to impress. They are designed to preserve function. They keep joints familiar with motion, muscles responsive, and balance systems alert. Most importantly, they reduce fear around movement. After 50, hesitation often does more damage than weakness itself. When the body moves gently and regularly, it stays predictable and trustworthy. This approach does not promise miracles or instant transformation. It supports stability over time. By repeating small, manageable movements each day, the body maintains confidence in standing, walking, and adjusting to its environment. Longevity is not created through intensity. It is built through habits that the body can sustain without stress or strain. For adults over 50, the question is not how much exercise to do. It is which movements are worth repeating for years. Modern fitness often focuses on speed, intensity, and results that fade quickly. The approach we are discussing is different. It values movement quality control and consistency. The goal is to keep the body familiar with the positions and actions it needs every day. Standing up, shifting weight, maintaining posture, and recovering balance are skills, not talents. They improve when they are practiced calmly and regularly. These movements are not performed to exhaust the body. They are performed to remind it how to function well. Over time, this creates resilience. Muscles stay engaged, joints remain usable, and confidence in movement grows. This is not about doing more. It is about choosing movements that respect how the body changes with age and still allow it to stay capable and independent. After the age of 50, movement takes on a different meaning. It is no longer about chasing performance or pushing limits. It becomes about protecting independence. The ability to stand up without effort, walk with confidence, and adjust to uneven ground determines how freely you live each day. When these abilities weaken, people begin to move cautiously. Over time, that caution turns into restriction. The practices used by many older adults in Japan focus on preserving these basic abilities before they are lost. Simple daily movements reinforce balance, coordination, and joint comfort in a natural way. They are not treated as workouts. They are treated as daily maintenance for the body. By repeating fundamental movement patterns, the body stays familiar with its own capabilities. This builds trust between the mind and the body and helps prevent the gradual loss of independence that many people accept as inevitable. As we move into the specific movements, it is important to set the right expectation. These are not presented as cures, shortcuts, or guarantees. They are practical habits that support the body as it ages. Each movement is simple, repeatable, and focused on everyday function rather than performance. Instead of isolating muscles, they reinforce how the body works as a connected system. Standing, stepping, bending, and stabilizing are actions we rely on daily, often without thinking. When these patterns are practiced regularly, the body stays familiar with them. This familiarity reduces stiffness and hesitation over time. You do not need to master every movement to benefit. Even one practice consistently can help maintain balance, mobility, and confidence. The goal is not perfection. It is steady capability. When movement feels manageable and purposeful, it becomes part of daily life rather than another task to avoid. Walking is often underestimated, yet it remains one of the most important movements for long-term independence. The way many older adults in Japan walk is different from rushing through daily errands. It is slower, more deliberate, and more aware. This type of walking reinforces posture, balance, and coordination with every step. The body stays upright, the gaze is forward, and the breath remains steady. Joints move through a natural range without impact or strain. This helps maintain circulation and keeps the nervous system engaged. Walking in this way also reduces fear. When each step feels controlled, confidence returns. Over time, this simple practice supports stability during everyday activities like crossing streets, navigating uneven surfaces, or carrying groceries. The goal is not distance or speed. It is quality of movement. When walking becomes intentional, it helps preserve mobility and keeps daily life feeling safe and manageable. Another daily practice focuses on gently waking up the entire body through controlled movement. In Japan, many older adults begin the day with simple sequences that move the arms, spine, and joints through comfortable ranges. These movements are not meant to tire the body. They are meant to prepare it. After sleep, joints can feel stiff and coordination can feel dull. Slow, full-body movement restores circulation and reminds the nervous system how different parts of the body work together. This reduces stiffness and makes later movement feel easier and safer. There is no rush and no pressure to perform. Each motion is done with awareness and steady breathing. Over time, this daily practice helps maintain coordination and joint comfort without strain. When the body is gently activated each morning, it responds with smoother movement and greater confidence throughout the day. As people age, many begin to avoid lowering their bodies toward the ground. Chairs replace natural bending, and over time, this creates stiffness and hesitation. In Japan, many older adults continue practicing controlled lowering movements to preserve confidence and mobility. This may involve resting in a low position or gently bending the knees and hips with support. The purpose is not to force flexibility or depth. It is to maintain the ability to move through everyday positions safely. The hips and knees are essential for sitting down, standing up, and maintaining balance. When these joints stop moving regularly, independence slowly declines. Practicing gentle lowering movements keeps the body adaptable and responsive. Support from a wall or chair is always acceptable. What matters is maintaining the pattern. Over time, this practice helps reduce fear around bending and supports smoother, more confident movement in daily life. Balance is one of the first abilities to decline quietly with age, yet it is rarely trained directly. In Japan, a simple balance practice is often included in daily routines. Standing on one leg for a short period challenges the body to stabilize itself using small muscles and fast neural responses. These systems are essential for preventing falls. When you balance on one leg, the feet, ankles, hips, and core must work together to keep you upright. This improves coordination and body awareness. Safety always comes first. Support from a wall or chair can be used at any time. The goal is not to hold the position perfectly. It is to stay aware and controlled. Practiced regularly, even for brief moments, this movement helps maintain confidence during walking, turning, and stepping on uneven surfaces. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with calm and consistent practice. Another movement focuses on maintaining the ability to get down to the floor and rise back up safely. In many modern lifestyles, this skill disappears because chairs and sofas replace floor sitting entirely. In Japan, older adults often preserve this ability through gentle practice. Moving to and from the floor requires coordination between the legs, hips, core, and balance systems. It also reinforces joint control and confidence. This is not done quickly or without support. Hands, furniture, or a wall can be used at any time. The value lies in keeping the pattern alive, not forcing strength. Maintaining this ability reduces fear and increases self-reliance. It supports independence in everyday situations and provides reassurance in case of a stumble or fall. When the body remembers how to transition safely, movement feels less fragile and more adaptable. Over time, this simple habit helps preserve confidence and functional strength. Rotation is another movement that quietly disappears with age, yet it is essential for daily life. Turning to look behind you, reaching for objects, or adjusting posture while walking all rely on the ability to rotate through the spine and upper body. In Japan, gentle rotational movements are often practiced to keep this ability active. These movements are slow and controlled, involving the shoulders, arms, and torso working together. The goal is not to force range of motion, but to maintain comfort and coordination. When rotation is practiced regularly, stiffness decreases and movement feels more fluid. This also helps balance because the upper and lower body stay connected rather than moving separately. Rotation supports posture and reduces unnecessary strain on the back. Over time, maintaining this simple movement pattern helps the body stay adaptable and responsive, making everyday tasks feel easier and more natural. Beyond physical strength, these movements support something equally important after 50: mental clarity and calm. The body and nervous system are closely connected. When movement is slow, controlled, and familiar, the nervous system receives signals of safety and stability. This helps reduce unnecessary tension and stress responses that accumulate with age. Many older adults notice that gentle daily movement improves focus, mood, and emotional balance. This is not about forcing relaxation or chasing mindfulness trends. It is about giving the body consistent patterns it can rely on. Standing, balancing, and moving with awareness help reinforce a steady internal rhythm. Over time, this strengthens the connection between body and mind. When movement feels predictable and controlled, confidence increases and anxiety around physical activity decreases. The result is not only better mobility, but a calmer and more resilient approach to daily life. All of these movements share a common principle. They work with the body rather than against it. None of them rely on speed force or exhaustion to be effective. Instead, they reinforce natural movement patterns the body already understands. This is why they remain sustainable for years rather than weeks. When movements feel safe and familiar, the body is more willing to repeat them. Consistency becomes effortless instead of forced. For adults over 50, this approach is critical. Strength, balance, and coordination are preserved through regular use, not occasional intensity. By practicing movements that respect how the body changes with age, people maintain confidence in their physical abilities. This reduces hesitation and supports independence. The goal is not to train harder or push limits. It is to move often with awareness and intention, so the body remains capable, responsive, and resilient over time. Simplicity is what allows these practices to last for a lifetime. There is no equipment to prepare, no special environment required, and no complicated rules to remember. These movements fit naturally into daily life, whether at home, outdoors, or during quiet moments of the day. This ease of access removes the most common barrier to staying active after 50. When movement feels manageable, it becomes a habit rather than a chore. Health improves not through occasional effort, but through actions that can be repeated without stress. These simple routines support strength, balance, and mobility without overwhelming the body. Over time, small daily movements create meaningful changes in how the body feels and moves. This approach respects the realities of aging while still encouraging progress. Consistency becomes possible because the body is not asked to do more than it can sustain. When practicing these movements, the focus should always be on quality rather than appearance. There is no ideal form to copy and no competition to measure against. Every body carries a different history, especially after 50. What matters is moving within a range that feels stable and controlled. Pay attention to posture, breathing, and balance instead of pushing for depth or duration. Discomfort is information, not a challenge to overcome. Slowing down and adjusting is part of the process. This approach reduces strain and makes the practice sustainable over time. Small improvements in control and comfort add up gradually. As the body becomes more predictable, confidence grows. Movement begins to feel safer and more reliable in daily life. Aging well is not about forcing change. It is about allowing the body to adapt through steady, respectful practice that supports long-term independence. Before beginning any new movement, routine safety must always be the priority. Although these practices are gentle, they are not universal solutions. Individuals with recent injuries, joint surgeries, severe balance issues, or unmanaged medical conditions should consult a qualified healthcare professional before starting. Pain, dizziness, or sharp discomfort are clear signals to stop and reassess. Movement should support health, not create new problems. Using support from a chair wall or stable surface is not a weakness. It is a smart way to reduce risk and build confidence. Progress should never be rushed. Especially after 50, the body responds best to gradual and respectful adaptation. Listening to physical feedback allows movement to remain protective rather than stressful. When practiced with awareness and caution, these movements become a tool for maintaining function and independence over time. Safety is not a limitation. It is the foundation that allows consistency and long-term benefit. Aging does not mean giving up strength or independence. It means choosing habits that support your body where it is today. The movements you have learned are not promises or shortcuts. They are practical tools that help you stay steady, confident, and capable over time. Small actions repeated daily have more impact than occasional intense effort. Start with one movement that feels comfortable and practice it consistently. Progress does not need to be dramatic to be meaningful. What matters is awareness, patience, and commitment. If this video helped you rethink how aging and movement work together, take a moment to apply what you learned today. Share your experience in the comments and write number 1 to let us know you are starting. And if you want more clear, responsible, and practical guidance on aging, well, subscribe to this channel. More valuable lessons are coming.